start time for the feature event on this afternoon's program, the Zimbabwe Challenge. That's race 6 to be contested over 14-15 meters. Number 1 is Mathematician with Fani Chambers. 2 is Flax with Brendan McNaughton. 3 Shakes Brochet with Henny Khailing. Number 4 is Wendigo with Randa Simons. 5 Madigan with Kevin Derere. 6 is Call Me Earl with Ryan Munger. 7 La Carmelita with Morgan Yamagwete. And 8 Newton Power with Nikki Sibanda. Those are your runners. Off time. It's 10 minutes to 4.
Right, welcome back for the feature race of the afternoon, the Zimbabwe Challenge over 1,450 meters. A nice field of 8 runners going to post here for the feature race of the afternoon. And yeah, the rain's coming down steadily, but it's still raceable. And the jocks are having another go here for the 6th of the afternoon. So hopefully we should get through today's racing. I think it'll be like this for the rest of the afternoon, but definitely raceable weather. And for the feature race of the afternoon, a very competitive race, and I do think that this rain here coming down now is going to put a spanner in the works for the result of this race, and could very well go topsy-turvy compared to what I select. My numbers here, I'm going 8 Newton Power to beat 6 Call Me Earl, 4 Windigo, and 2 Flax. And I'm going with number 8 Newton Power as my first choice, galloping weight 52 kgs, drawn 1. He ran a cracking race behind Road to Dubai in the Gold Cup Sprint 2 weeks ago. Ended last season on level weight terms with the whole field. He ran second behind Flax in the 1450. Now he's getting between 7 and 8 kgs, or 7 and 6 kgs, depending on who you're talking about, in comparison to that run. Nikki Sibanda gets a chance of 52 kgs, drawn 1. Blinkers are staying on. And don't be surprised if I think this was my go to the front and stay there, because with this weather, he might just be clear of the rest. And I think Newton Power is a big runner. He's got fitness on his side. He'll love this weather. He'll love the conditions of the race. And I think number 8 Newton Power is my first choice. For second, I've gone with number 6 Call Me Earl from the Penny Fisher yard. Ryan Munger gets a ride. He's ultra consistent, and he's always there and thereabouts. He ran a good second behind Lava Flow in the Charity Mile early on this year, or this season. And then and a very slow run race, ran 2.5 lengths behind Noble P in an MR90 over 1,800 meters. Another galloping weight of 52 kgs. And if he runs to the Independence form when he ran second behind Iraculon, he's got to have a huge chance in this race. He's got lightweight, drawn well. I think Call Me Earl is a big runner here in the feature of the afternoon. For third, I've gone with number 4, Windigo from the Kirk Swanson yard. Randall Simons gets the ride. He's also having his first run back this season, and he did nothing wrong last year. He won 4 races on the bounce, and then ran some cracking races in the feature races. Third behind Rock the Country, second behind Duffy's Call. And if you look on collateral form lines with horses like Mathematician and Flax, he's very well handicapped in this race. But he is coming off a rest, and he might just need the run, and obviously with this weather as well, might play against him. But he's well, expecting a good run from Windigo. Then for fourth, I've gone with number 2, Flax, this 10-year-old Silvano Gelding, who won the similar kind of race end of last season, but that was on level terms, all set weights at 60. He was handicapped to win. Now he's back into handicap conditions, and like I said, he's got to give 7 kgs to Newton Power for a 1.75 length beating. He ran well below par in the Gold Cup Sprint, but I think he needed the run. I'm still not quite sure he's quite ready to win today, but he might be another horse that likes this wet going. And like I said, it could be anything. Balance of the runners, Shakespeare She, ultra consistent, on form looks well held on the Flax form line. And I'm not convinced about the going or the weather, or the distance as well. I think 14-15 in the soft, he might just be a bit far of his best. And then obviously Mathematician, he could love this weather. It's going as well, big galloping sort. And he'll love this kind of heavyish going now becoming of the rain. And he could improve on his last start, though also well beaten in the HRIP Gold Cup Sprint. Horses I haven't talked about, obviously number 5, Madigan, on his day can win any race, and another horse I think likes this kind of going and must have a chance. And then La Camelita, I think, is distance short of her best and badly handicapped in the race. And I think that she'll be finding it tough to win here. The feature of the race of the afternoon, the rain is subsiding slightly, but it's still raining. But we should be able to get through this race and the next. And I'm not sure, I'm not on air on the TV or how far we are from loading, so I'm going to wrap it up now. I'm going to go number 8, Newton Power, to beat number 6, Cormiol. Then number 4, Windigo. Number 4th, number 2, Flax. If you're doing a quartet, include the field.
We're now upon race time for the feature event on this afternoon's program, the Zimbabwe Challenge over 1450 meters. Runners now coming forward. Flax is the first one to go in, followed by Mathematician. La Camelita is up next. Madigan is already installed. Facing up is Newton Power. Newton Power goes on. Cormiel. Asked to load up is Shakespeare Shea and Windigo. Cormiel is ready. Leading up Shakespeare Shea. Windigo. Windigo goes on. Left with Shakespeare Shea. Shakespeare Shea is ready. 1450 to race. All set. And away they go. Shakespeare Shea didn't get out too well, but didn't lose too much distance. The rest of them got out pretty well enough. Heading out to the lead is Call Me Oh. In behind that then was Mathematician. Darting down the center is La Camelita. And in behind those Newton Power slips through to go on and control things at the head of affairs. It's Newton Power from back in second, La Camelita. Mathematician races 3 wide in behind those. Then came Call Me L. Windigo's about 4 lengths off of that leader. Then dropped back to the tail markers. There it's Flax. And in behind those then was Madigan. They hit the 1100 meter marker. It's on the inside of runners, then Newton Power. From back in second, Mathematician. La Camelita is in behind those in third position. Then came Windigo. Call Me Elf. Madigan. As they approach now the 600 meter marker, it's now the home stretch. It's out in front, then still Mathematician. From back in second was Newton Power. In behind those then was on the far side of runners La Camelita. Dropping in behind those was Windigo. Mathematician from back in second, Newton Power. Down the center of runners La Camelita coming with a second win. Watch out also for Windigo as they hit the 200 meter marker. Newton Power continues rolling. Down on the inside, Flux is coming in with a late run. Here comes Windigo also down on the grandstand side. It's Newton Power from back in second, Windigo. Newton Power goes on and it's gonna be very tight between Newton Power and Windigo. Well, Newton Power looked like he had the race sewn up, but Windigo with a late flyer comes up and might have just made things a bit more interesting here. There's Newton Power in the silver jacket, Windigo coming up on the grandstand side. And as they drove up to the wire, it's heads up, heads down. Well, looks like Windigo from that angle. Well, let's just wait for the judge for that one. Windigo and Newton Power in a photo. La Camelita will get third position. ahead of the 2, that's Flex. So a photo between the 4 and 8, and 7 and 2 for 3rd and 4th. Let's wait for the judges for that first position. To race, all set, and away they go. Shakespeare Shea didn't get out too well, but didn't lose too much distance. The rest of them got out pretty well enough. Heading out to the lead is Call Me Earl. In behind that then was Mathematician. Darting down the center is La Carmelita. And in behind those, Newton Power slips through to go on and control things at the head of affairs. It's Newton Power from back in second, La Carmelita. Mathematician races 3 wide in behind those. Then came Call Me Earl. Windigo's about 4 lengths off of that leader. Then dropped back to the tail markers. There it's Flax. And in behind those then was Madigan. They hit the 1100 meter marker. It's on the inside of runners, then Newton Power. From back in second, Mathematician. La Carmelita is in behind those in 3rd position. Then came Windigo. Call Me Earl from Madigan. As they approach now the 600 meter marker, it's now the home stretch. It's out in front, then still Mathematician. From back in second was Newton Power. In behind those then was on the far side of runners, La Carmelita. Dropping in behind those was Windigo. Mathematician from back in second, Newton Power. Down the center of runners, La Carmelita coming with a second win. Watch out also for Windigo as they hit the 200 meter marker. Newton Power continues rolling. Down on the inside, Flux is coming in with a late run. Here comes Windigo. Also down on the grandstand side, it's Newton Power from back in second, Windigo. Newton Power goes on and it's gonna be very tight between Newton Power and Windigo.
Hello, hello, hello. Right, we've just seen the running of the feature race of the afternoon, and what a fantastic finish to the race, and what a fantastic ride from both jockeys. And you can see the state of them when they came back into the parade ring. It's very muddy out there, very wet. And I got to say, top ride to Randall Simons and to Nicky Sabanda on the second horse. These two fought a gallant race here, going down to the wire, heads up, heads down, on the line. Number 4, Windigo, has won by the shortest of short heads. Kirk, fantastic feat. I mean, a long rest. Not quite sure how 100% it was, and then obviously the weather didn't help either.
Yeah, very gutsy horse. Given him a nice long rest, and well done to Norbert. He rides the horse. He knows him very well, and his gallop on Monday was a bit suspect, but we've done a bit more work since then. Nice light weight. Well done to Randall. The horse dug down deeply, and well done for him for getting him to do that. Big thank you to Colin and Sylvia for the support. Big supporters of ours, and lovely to have a horse like this to train for them. Well done to them, and again to the whole team, congratulations and well done.
I thought a gutsy performance. It was very wet out there, and Randall even said at one stage he wasn't enjoying himself, but it seemed to the end he got his feet down and won.
Yeah. You could see he was coming. I don't know if you were going to get there, and he gets his nostril down the right point, and well done. Thanks again to Colin and Sylvia, to Hold Swanson Racing, to all my other owners. Thanks for the support this year, and looking forward to next year.
Well done and a good win.
Thank you.
Right, just waiting for Randall. He's just getting a bit of dry clothes on. It was very wet here out there, and but what a fantastic race. I thought it was a good run race, and it is wet out there. But we didn't see what the results of the last race is going to be. Thankfully, it's only a sprint race, so we should be all right. And Randall is coming to me shortly. Randall, yeah, I'm pretty sure he had to get some dry clothes on there. Take us to the race. I mean, the rain did obviously play a bit of havoc to the race, but how did it go for you?
Yeah, he jumped extremely well. I just want to say, if he does come up for oxygen, you might need it. If he does, I mustn't beat him up. He went down well. As I said, he jumped out very well. I gave him a bit of a chance. Around the bend, he wasn't enjoying it. He was kind of picking a bit because it was very soft around the bend. So I actually gathered him up a bit and eased him back a length further back. And then he started building up in my hands. Came straight up, pulled him out. He moved up in my hands, and when I picked him up, he got there. I misjudged the line a bit. I thought I waited a bit longer because I couldn't see much. But well done to Mr. Swanson. Got him looking tremendous. 2 winners today. It was a long day, but finally we eventually got it right.
Yeah, I thought nice run from this horseman. Had a bit of a rest, and you got there on the line, but a gutsy win.
Yes, as Mr. Swanson said as well. Bigger fish to fry this season for him. I think he'll do well. As you said, he wasn't 100%, so he'll come on well. Well done to Mr. Swanson, the whole team, and also to Mr. Bird and my sponsor, Studio 88.
Well done. Good ride.
Thank you. Thanks.
There from Randall Simons, the winning jockey of number 4, Windigo. And Windigo comes out and wins the Zimbabwe Challenge by the shortest of short heads under a very enterprising ride from Randall Simons. Gave him a bit of a chance. Didn't enjoy the going, but the horse picked up himself towards the end. And well done to Colin Bird, Kirk Swanson, and the whole team there for winning the feature race of the afternoon. Second place goes to number 8, Newton Power. Fantastic run there in second from him. And Nicky Tabanda, good ride from him in second. And unfortunately, I haven't been given the final numbers of the lower places, but I think well done to the winning connections of the feature race.
$14.50 to race. All set, and away they go. Shakespeare Shea didn't get out too well, but didn't lose too much distance. The rest of them got out pretty well enough. Heading out to the lead is Call Me Earl. In behind that then was Mathematician. Darting down the center is La Carmelita. And in behind those Newton Power slips through to go on and control things at the head of affairs. It's Newton Power from back in second, La Carmelita. Mathematician races 3 wide in behind those. Then came Call Me Earl. Windigo's about 4 lengths off of that leader. Then dropped back to the tail markers. There it's Flax. And in behind those then was Madigan. They hit the 1100 meter marker. It's on the inside of runners, then Newton Power. From back in second, Mathematician. La Carmelita is in behind those in third position. Then came Windigo. Call Me Oh from Madigan. As they approach now the 600-meter marker, it's now the home stretch. It's out in front, then still Mathematician. From back in second was Newton Power. In behind those then was on the far side of runners, La Carmelita. Dropping in behind those was Windigo. Mathematician from back in second, Newton Power. Down the center of runners, La Carmelita coming with a second win. Watch out also for Windigo as they hit the 200-meter marker. Newton Power continues rolling. Down on the inside, Flux is coming in with a late run. Here comes Windigo, also down on the grandstand side. It's Newton Power from back in second, Windigo. Newton Power goes on, and it's gonna be very tight between Newton Power and Windigo. Last race in today's program is the Like the Original Genuine Lotto on Facebook merit rated 59 handicap over 1260 meters. Runners now coming out in parade, and they'll be headed out by the 1 Uptown Girl with Ryan Munger. 3 is Gateway Gamble Sherman Brown. 4 is Romantic Balladeer Kevin Derere. 5 is Super Wonder Rundle Simons. 7 is Pente's Daughter with Brendan McNaughton. Going past the 2 Miller's Smile with Fani Chambers. 6 is Temple Run with Morgan Nyamagwete. 8 is Detente with Apprentice Talon Sawere. 9 is Piece of Pizzazz with Henny Grayling. Those are your runners for race 7. Send you downstairs for the preview.
Well, as the rain continues to go down here at Bridal Park, we're going into the last race of the afternoon, and just trying to get myself organised here. And it's been a good day's racing so far. It's wet out there now. Jocks came back after the last race, very, very muddy. Horses that had a bit of white on them were now all just chocolate plain bays. So it's wet out there, and I think we could be in for a rough result in the last of the afternoon. Originally, my selections here, I was looking at number 3, Gateway Gamble being my first choice, from Uptown Girl, number 1, then number 2, Miller's Smile, and number 4, I think, Romantic Balladeer. But you know what, some of the lightweights could have a chance here. You never know with what's going to happen in the going like this. And so let's stick to my original selection while I try and get myself organised again. And I'm going Gateway Gamble, who has come back to best form, wearing the blinkers. But I'm not sure how he's going to fare today now in this wet going and the blinkers. He likes to come a little bit off them, and he's up in class, and this heavier going might not suit him. So here's my first choice, but tread carefully when you're doing your bets here for the last, because I think we could be in for a bit of a rough result here in the last of the afternoon. For second, I've gone with number 1, Uptown Girl, who has just been relocated from the Glocken Terzi yard to the Emmy Bronkhorst yard. And she's got ultra consistent, she's got good form. She ran a good third behind Invincible Swan and the Sable Flyers, a good second behind El Gallo and Novice Plate. And she ran an MR65, a bit higher division last time out, and wasn't disgraced behind Thriller Manila, only beaten 2.5 lengths. She's down to MR59. She gets a nice draw of 7. And I think she must have a chance, this 4-year-old Miesk approval filly for Emmy Bronkhorst. Ryan Munger gets the ride, and you can't leave her out of the play. For third, I've gone with number 2, Miller's Smile, and this could just be the one that could win this race, because I think now with the wetter going, and her best form looks to be over 1,400, 1,600 meter race. She won a maiden 14 and yielding going. So Miller's Smile could just be the one that wins here today. I think it's got a good chance. Wasn't a bad run first up when running behind Thriller Manila. She was well beaten by Uptown Girl, but I think it's improved to come from this filly, and on a South African form, you've got to respect this horse, and I think she's a big, big runner here in the last of the afternoon. For fourth, I've gone with number 4, Romantic Balladeer. Kevin Derere gets it for the Gin Al Fix-It Syndicate. Miss Kay Steidoff, Bridget Steidoff, the trainer. Ultra consistent, always there and thereabouts. His last 2 starts have been a little bit below his best, but if you go back to earlier form, second behind Bella Poke, third behind Fashion World. They're good runs. To the Manila form line is here again to look at, and has to improve a bit to beat Uptown Girl, but you can't leave him out. He's always consistent, and the 7-year-old and his elder horses do tend to like this softer going. He could be in with a huge chance. But like I said, balance of the field also can't be left out. Number 5, Super Wonder on best form. He ran 4th behind Comanche Brave and Novice Plate, and 4th behind Zita. He's got a nice draw of 9. He might be another horse that his sand track work is very good, so he could enjoy this softer going. He could be a roughie for the back end of Trifectas and Quartets. And likewise, number 6, Temple Run, also always there and thereabouts. I do think he prefers a bit of a stronger going, hard on top, looking at his form lines, and maybe it might be only a negative in his armour here is the going. Bottom of the page, you've got Pente's Daughter, having her second run for his pitcher started off, needs to improve on current form. Detente, back up the straight, has had a bit of rest, but a good run behind full court last time out. He's a horse that might just enjoy this going as well. 48 kgs, watch out for a big run from him. Then number 9, Piece of Bassaz, back in Trifecta Quartets, +1 for Henny Grayling. Looks better over further, but there could be a dark horse for back end of Trifecta and Quartets. So the last of the afternoon, I'm going to go my original selections, but I am very cautious because of the change of going and the weather. I'm going Gateway Gamble to beat Uptown Girl. A lot of respect for Miller's Smile. I think she could be the one to win now with this going. And for 4th, Romantic Balladeer.
Winner up on race time for race 7. That's the original genuine lot on Facebook. Mary traded 59 handicap. Runners now coming forward in preparation for loading. Handlers working on Detente to stallback number 4. Detente's locked away. Pente's Daughter is going on. Bringing forward Romantic Balladeer. Taken hold of Romantic Balladeer. Also Temporon is installed. Piece of Pizzazz coming forward. Piece of Pizzazz is ready. Super Wonder to complete the lineup. All set. 12:60 to race, and away they go. Broke out fairly enough, reading them from the inside was Tempo Run, and dropping further back to Romantic Balladeer. The white cap is Detente, and that goes on to lead. From back in second position, then on the inside of runners, then was Piece of Pizzazz. Pente's Daughter is in the green jacket down the center, races alongside Super Wonder. Then came Gateway Gambles on the grandstand side, and Uptown Girl as the tail marker as they passed the 800-meter marker. Detente still the lead. From back in second, then was Pente's Daughter. Then on the grandstand side, Gateway Gamble and Super Wonder are fighting it out there as they approach now the 600-meter marker. Down the center of runners then was Piece of Pizzazz. That's being produced to come up and challenge Detente up in the lead. As they approach the 400-meter marker now, Detente still with a slight advantage. Down on the inside of runners then was Tempo Run. And as they come up to the 300-meter marker, on the far side of runners, Romantic Balladeer is being produced, but Detente is continuing rolling into the final 200 meters. It's Detente from on the inside of runners, Romantic Balladeer, as they drive up now into the final 100 meters now. It's on the outside of runners now. Uptown Girls picked it up, and then Detente on the inside of runners as they drive up to the line. It's going to be the 2 wins Miller's Smile. From back in second, Romantic Balladeer. Detente will get third, and Tempo Run will get fourth position. Number 2, Miller's Smile, with Fanny Chambers on board for the Bridget Stidle Fjord, just comes up in time to call her Detente, the long-time leader, and will win just driving up into the final 100 meters. Second will go to Romantic Balladeer. Detente will settle for third, ahead of Temple Run in fourth position. 2:4.86, that's the last from Baroda. .12.60 to race, and away they go. Broke out fairly enough, reading them from the inside was Temple Run, and dropping further back to Romantic Balladeer. The white cap is Detente, and that goes on to lead. From back in second position, then on the inside of runners, then was Piece of Pizzazz. Pente's Daughter is in the green jacket down the center, races alongside Super Wonder. Then came Gateway Gambles on the grandstand side, and Uptown Girl as the tail marker as they pass the 800-meter marker. Detente is still the leader. From back in second, then was Pente's Daughter. Then on the grandstand side, Gateway Gamble and Super Wonder are fighting it out there as they approach now the 600-meter marker. Down the center of runners then was Piece of Pizzazz. That's being produced to come up and challenge Detente up in the lead. As they approach the 400-meter marker now, Detente still with a slight advantage. Down on the inside of runners then was Temple Run. And as they come up to the 300-meter marker, on the far side of runners, Romantic Balladeer is being produced, but Detente is continuing rolling into the final 200 meters. It's Detente from on the inside of runners, Romantic Balladeer, as they drive up now into the final 100 meters now. It's on the outside of runners now. Uptown Girls picked it up, and then Detente on the inside of runners as they drive up to the line. It's going to be the two wins Miller Smile. From back in second, Romantic Balladeer. Detente will get third, and Temple Run will get fourth position.
Testing. Hello. Right, we finally got through the last race of the afternoon, and it's been a wet day, but she started the meeting with a winner and they ended the meeting with a winner. It's the Newbury Racing Syndicate, Mr. Evans and Mrs. Evans here on course. Let's start with you guys. Well, I know jockey's coming back. He's already doing. Let's start with you guys. Well, welcome to Zimbabwe when we have the wet weather. You started the day with a winner, you ended the day with a winner, so been a good day.
Yeah, great, wonderful. And in between, there have been some nice races. Horses ran well. I think we saw the change in the going made a big difference to results, and yeah, we're very happy, very happy. Flanks ran as we expected, tried his best. Weight probably caught up with him. Mila's Smile we're very happy with, and La Carmelita, of course, was a great run, wonderful. But yeah, we're very happy.
Yeah, I thought, let's start with La Carmelita. I thought a fantastic run from that filly. I mean, badly out the weights, some tough horses in that race, but she's a big filly, and she ploughed through this.
Yeah, I think she's got a bit of quality. I think yeah, when you go at pace in races and they still pick it up and go on with it, that's a sign of a decent horse. But again, big thanks to Bridget, and very, very well done on the day overall. She's had a phenomenal day. And the same to Fani. I think he's had 3 winners, isn't he, today? Which is lovely. He deserves it. He works very hard.
Going back to this filly, Miller's Smile, I mean, I actually called it in the preview because I looked at the form line and I saw how she won a maiden in yielding going. Yeah. And I said, watch out, the rain's come. This might just suit her.
Yeah, yeah. We saw it. Yeah, it's people that read the form book, it was there to see. She's linked better, and I think she's taken a bit of time to settle down, and she's now a very comfortable, relaxed horse. And I think that the way she won today, it could be nice for the future.
Well, we've got the English mentality in Zimbabwe. We race, doesn't matter what kind of weather is. You notice that?
Well done. It's a very good thing to do, I think. We got used to this in Singapore, you know. They didn't stop races unless there was thunder. And I could see some thunderclouds, so I was holding thumbs. But it's been a wonderful day, and thank you to the trainer. Thank you to all our jockeys. It's been super. Thank you.
It's been great having you guys up here. I wish you a good day. Wonderful. Bridget? Not only did you get the first 4 past the post, it was familiar colours. They're all in pink.
Yeah, no, thanks, Tom. Look, I was laughing about it afterwards when I saw it was I got the first 4, and they were all in the pink colours. Obviously, the pink does well for me.
But I think the pink was fading in the mud.
Yeah, no, it definitely was. They were very covered in the mud. But obviously, very, very tough with Milas Smile to win, and obviously for the rest of my horses to get the first 4 in that race. I was very, very happy with it.
It's been a good day for you. 4 winners in today's card. It's never easy, and you've finished off the last doing the quartet.
Yeah, I know. Look, obviously a brilliant day. To have 4 winners I haven't done that for a very long time. So obviously very, very happy, very grateful, and a huge big thank you to all the owners, all my jockeys, and everyone at home that does all the hard work. You know, we've got a fantastic team, and we couldn't do it without them.
Well done and a good day.
Thank you very much.
From Bridget Stuydoff, her 4th winner of the afternoon, and getting the quartet in the first 4 past the post, all trained by Bridget Stuydoff. But it's Miller's Smile, number 2, that wins the last of the afternoon. And like I said in my preview, once the rain came and you looked closely at the form, you had to fancy her chances. She won in the soft at Scottsville, and with the soft at Scottsville, it's soft. So well done to the Newbury Racing Syndicate, Mr. Evans and Mrs. Evans. And they started the day with Nemba Beach and ended the day with a winner. So a good day for them. Good day's racing. We got through it despite the wet weather and the muddiness. And it's been a good day's racing. Well done to Stuydoff Racing. Well done to Swanson Racing for having 2 winners in today's card, including the feature race, Windigo. And obviously well done to Fisher Racing for winning with David's Flower early on in the afternoon. So the day belongs obviously to Fani Chambers as well, winning 3 in the day. So a good day's racing for the last race of 2016. We wish you all a good Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we'll see you back on the 8th of January for our first meeting of 2017. All the best.